Hi, this is Katja Kunterbund. My name is Kat, and this is a message from your ancestors. And because it's an ancestral collective message, I want to say, please, of course, as always, use your own discernment, right? Take only what resonates and leave the rest, like let the rest streaming into someone else's stream, right? Fish out what is your golden fish. And because it's, as I said, from your ancestors, also please, they especially told me that please look out for little things like symbols, colors, I don't know, anything. Anything like dates, numbers. I don't know. It's these things I can't think of, right? But they have kind of a specific meaning for you. For example, a rose has like 1,000 meanings, I guess, right? For each and every one of us, a little bit different and a little bit specific, and woven in with memories and dreams. And these things, when they are ancestral, they are so deep that you kind of don't know, but still you know. You know what I mean? It's so difficult to describe, but it's in your blood, and that's a deeper resonance than, we can think of or something. So I don't know, that's what they wanted me to tell you at the very beginning, that you keep your eyes and ears and especially your heart open for the little things. That might also be a message in general, but please do that. And welcome. I click pause again, and whenever I have to do that, it's because they want to speak with me. And so now they said, show them, I mentioned just that I could only see 10 centimeters, which would be like a very limited perspective like this, right? Very, 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 very short-lived, right? And next year, new life, this is like that expansive. And this is actually why we have to kind of tune in with our mind, with our imagination before, so that our mind is not totally like, whoa, was it what we already had at the beginning with this Pegasus rising, right? The airplane, it's like, ooh, and even this normal chariot here looks quite wild. They are going for it, right? Ooh, and we have the fire horse here coming. Fire horse. So, And so that's why we have to keep our balance very, very, gracefully and pure, and even with this reflections here of the past, which looks a little bit like, ooh, see the shifts, it's like glitches, but it's just a reflection. Interesting. And the new life is steady. And this is a coincidence, but a strong synchronicity. The first art piece I created for my shop is like a sun flare in rainbow colors with 4 words woven into it, as a reminder, like this, actually, for the subconsciousness, which is great. I did relaxation work and auto-hypnosis sessions and stuff for people earlier, and so I absolutely understand the necessity to prepare the subconsciousness what they are talking about right now, right? To prepare the subconsciousness before it can play out then in real life. That's necessary. That's why we do prophecy, and why I say prophecy is not prediction, but it's preparation. We need to prepare ourselves for the opening. And so, yeah, I did this kind of picture. Maybe I get it. Yeah, so this is a solar flare in this rainbow colors, which takes us, right? And so I have, it's just a piece of it, so it's bigger than, it's like full round on clothing. And then here in the violet section, it says relax, because we need to come from a relaxed state. And then here it says create, and here it says enjoy, and here, which is not seen, it says restore, I guess, but I'm hearing rejuvenate. So maybe I even changed that into rejuvenate. And yes, it's not repeat, you know. It's not it's not about repeating the old, but it's about rejuvenate, and then so that the wheel is turning, you know, and actually evolving. That's a very cool, bold move right here. So yeah, so you know, we say repeat, but that's the old cycle we don't want, right? We want to disrupt that. And so, so when we are in the creating space, we could easily skip like the relax and rejuvenate and all that, and we would go like, and this is what society calls us to do, like be productive always, right? Be always in spring. And that's not what we are talking about at all. I'm not forcing you to kind of produce all the time. No. But we started the reading with the balance and the 4 elements and all that. You know, this is still the centerpiece, that you hold the balance in doing and being. And so there is this easy mistake in the old world where it would be like create, enjoy, and then again create and enjoy, and create and enjoy and create. And see, that would lead to burnout, because it's only in these color frames. And then here we have more this, I guess it goes a little bit more into green, like, so it shall be like dark green, you know, restoration, restore. And then we have relax. And that's important. Right? We even forget that this is kind of a basic need to sleep, to rest. This is totally important. And before every reading, we meditate. And before, you know, before we can tune in and create, we need to be relaxed. As long as we are in this beta wave frequency, we can't even create. You can only create when you are in the flow. The flow is alpha waves, right? And it's super necessary to go then deeper also in theta and even in gamma waves. See what I mean? It's super, and this is all in your brain. And the parts of your brain, kind of different parts of your brain, need those different frequencies. And this primordial restoration is very important. We had that with this creature comfort, I want to say, the human needs, you know, this is so important. And this is kind of the outer shell here in this art piece. I never even kind of read the art piece, and in this creation of mine, which, you know, you can buy that on a t-shirt and stuff like that in my shop. I am creating that so that we can run around with that information. And the words, by the way, they are not imprinted so that we can really see them with our conscious mind, but they are woven into the color so that if you know, and then kind of your subconsciousness would be reminded. But they are so half, you know, seen that you can also forget that there are words and just look at the image. If you would look from a little bit a distance, you don't see that there is anything written immediately. And that's on design, that's on purpose, that's kind of, that's like, this is actually like a hypnotherapy session built in a piece to where to go. Like it's hypnotherapy to go, if you want to say it like that. And so this I have created for myself. I mean, I channeled that through, of course. So while I was kind of looking at my stream, which is full with, I don't know, 20,000 images or something, what I'm kind of creating all the time. And that was the first that wanted to show itself. And I love it because it's coming from the sun and it's the 7 rays, and it's very primal again, and it's then with the 4 elements and balance. So I love that. It's kind of the main message, what we need to, it's an entrance into life, actually, how life works. So I love that. And this wants to be somewhere here with us, but not like this. Maybe like this? No. Okay, this is nice. Okay, and now we are doing, and by the way, Archangel Michael says hi right now. And we will end this reading with a yes or no question you might have. And especially because, I don't know, I should mention that right now. So maybe a question will pop up in your mind in the next part, which is after that, right? After the threshold. And we still have a little bit of a shadow. And by the way, it's totally foggy today. This is why the ancestors are helping us, of course, to look through the fog, to pierce through it. And our first glimpses we really create for ourselves with this hypnotherapy in your home, right? In your home. And yeah. So, for example, I have sheets of paper for each month where I right now put the themes of the readings I do, and plus the artwork I channel through what I shall create for that. And so that I have it kind of a little bit in my vision, where I then know, okay. And then, of course, every morning, again, I just ask, like, what is for now? And as I said today, the ancestors were coming through. And so I have no idea actually what I am doing tomorrow. But what I know is right now for this month that I have 20 readings to do. This is kind of what I already channeled through, like 20 readings around this overview for the new year, new life, right? And so I do have this extra sheet then where it's about, you know, where I just write that all down, and then what comes with that. And while I was doing the first overview reading, I channeled this rune for the new year, and I made that. And so this is also right now kind of my first pentacle in my shop together with that kind of. And so right now I'm creating this channel and my website, right? So this is kind of me coming out in the open, offering my 10 of Cups, right? And so this is an example, right? As I said, so what's happening in my life. So for you, this might be, let's say, songs and an album, what you create, right? Or whatever, workshops, right? And then you would think of, okay, so in which month of the year, which topic would be best, right? Like, which attitude is there, like in the frequencies in the world, like maybe from astrology or just from the surroundings, like, are there school holidays? What are people doing in this particular month? And so you would kind of look forward and kind of print or give your imprint, like a preprint, you know, and write it down. And then when the month is, I mean, you, of course, if you want to create a workshop, you would have your invitations ready before, you know, and put out your flyer somewhere in the library, in the neighborhood, or whatever you do. And then you would kind of call in your clients, right? Call them in, call in your clients, I'm hearing, okay? So call in your clients for what you are creating in 3 months, right? It needs to be kind of, and this is what you can do with writing it down right now and making your list, your goals, and even like a schedule or like something like that, because it's not on the card, but I'm talking about that, right? So this is relevant. So as I have for the month, like sheets of paper where I put my, you know, my visions, what I have for these months. And of course, I don't know if this is meant to be exactly like that, because with our limited perception of right now, we can't really see so far ahead, but we can kind of set the direction, right? And see how it is. So if you would draw lines here, see? So you put what you can see, let's say it's a radius like that, what we can see right now, what we can reach with our hands, they are saying, interesting. So what you can reach with your hands, that's like that radius. And so you would put out your 10 cups here, or let's say 13 cups, because we do have 13 months in here, like moons, right? Moon phases. And yeah, so and then from these points, then the lines would stretch out the perspective, you know, with the further we move, because the further we move on the curvature, you know, then the perspective is different. And they are showing me again that it's like you walk on these rays, and then of course now you are here and you can't see so far, but you know, when you are further on the line, then of course you have a better perspective. Isn't that a good message? I love it. So now I am calling for one more card, which is for, and if of course more than one are falling out, then we take these. But it's just, you know, when we are in the new world, kind of, in the new life, in the new world, I now said. Okay, so when we are in the new world, ooh, I like that, but this flew there, and so I feel we need another one. But when we are in the new world, we need Cinderella's shoes. Ooh, that's cool. And this speaks about alignment from the crown to the root. So it's actually very fitting. It's this crown chakra going into the root, and we had that here, and I love that how we have the shoes. It's like a message in the new year. When the feet are healed, you can wear your high heels, right? You can't wear high heels when you have broken or bended ankles or whatever, right? You can't. And dancers cannot dance when they are injured, right? Ooh, and in past lives, that was a threat, actually, to have injured feet, because that very much limited your ability to be safe, right? So now, let me read that. Cinderella's shoes. We are made in heaven to help you realize that you are too. Made in heaven, right? You are made in heaven. Tune into your divine feminine essence. It's time for a miracle moment. Okay, so actually, though it fall here, right? It's kind of, oh, so this is how you step onto your rainbow. It fall right there, right? So tune into your divine feminine essence. That's all. That's all. And this is here. This is your vortex, your divine feminine essence. Nice. And so you tune in there and you go there. Very nice. But can we maybe we are allowed to have another message for what's here on the other side? And if not, then this is just where the ancestor message is ending. Okay, I will accept that. Aha, so they say, okay, so it is really the message. See, it fall directly here. This is deep rest. Okay, retreat, they are saying. So divine feminine essence, and again retreat. So this is what you can right now. It's not about doing anything here, because this is life coming towards you, right? And what you can do is tune into your miracle moment. And yeah, so I will read retreat. It's time for a time out. You are ripe for the island. The island is you, though. So no distractions, no other people, no social media. You need a deep rest. And it fall like that, right? So your ancestors are calling you in for a deep rest. So you put on your miracle shoes, Cinderella's shoes, and lighten your root chakra. So draw in the high frequencies deep, deep, deep into your roots. Ground them. And this is, of course, about, this is a picture I made in the ballet studio, where I was just training in the mornings, like for hours, and just doing yoga and everything. And in the afternoons and evenings, I would have workshops. So this is really about you train with closed doors, and then in the afternoon, then the public comes, right? But I love these hours on my own. I had the full studio just for myself. I love that. And I could like stretch out my arms like crazy, and because the whole air was free, and I could totally tune just into my energy, like divine feminine energy, and do whatever I feel like intuitively with my body, and not, as a yoga instructor, then you have a specific, what you want to kind of bring in, you have this, you want to direct the frequency in a specific way with what we see here. But this is more like, this pure, all over the place. So yeah, I love that message. But still, I'm not sure if there's more for the other side then. If the next card is also falling kind of like that, I will really accept it, okay? And okay. So, but I need to know what we shall still do, right? Is that really enough to... So this card says, this is also kind of a card of you have to do nothing. But I don't want to let you out with the message like you have to do nothing, because I don't want kind of you to go in your bed, right? Retreat and say, okay, so now the angels come and get me, because that's not how it works, right? We know that, it's about the story of the drowning man, and he prayed to God, please, please save me. And then there comes a man in a fisher boat and says, hey, I got you, come in, hop in the boat. And he's like, no, I'm waiting for God. And then he's drowning, and then he's asking, well, God, why didn't you pick me up? And God says, well, I did, but you didn't jump in the boat. I sent you in, I sent you someone. So actually, the higher realms come through, of course, with this mirrored energy in the lower realms too. So we have to, and it's about co-creation. So yeah, I kind of still am asking for a card for that. But maybe this is just meant for another reading. So the topping out breath is this card, and it says, you are in for a top surprise. All is already perfectly planned in the higher heavens. What is meant for you will be yours. You have but to ask. Okay, so, I get it. We have another clear message, so ask for it. Like what I just said, pray. Send your prayer out. Retreat from the world. Send your prayer out. Write your prayers on the wall, on your screens. Put on your miracle shoes, miracle clothes, like Cinderella, you know, for this one. Oh, this is about holding the frequency long enough. You know how this works with manifestation. Like you have to just hold the frequencies long enough for then life to mirror you back. Huh. Yeah. So hold that, like Cinderella did, you know, until midnight. She had this beautiful, from the fairy godmother, you know, these beautiful clothing and these beautiful new, and like she had this other life, actually. She was a princess from out of nowhere, you know, falling from the skies. Queen, like coming from the ashes, like the phoenix we have here, coming from the ashes and like being the queen for one day. And so this is what you can do, like at home in your cave when you retreat, like be the queen. Yeah. Create a miracle with the prayer and that. But still, I want to ask, I'm sorry, this is of course tangible, but still I want to ask, is there anything else tangible? As I said, only if it springs out. Oh, I also can ask the Lenormand. Okay, good. So we ask the Lenormand. So this is very good about real life. Okay. Isn't that interesting? This is the tree. This speaks about life force, energy, pure life, but also about the ancestral tree, of course. And this is the mountain. And I have to tune in a bit in this message, but the mountain is, of course, an energy we have to, we can't avoid, right? So we have to go on the mountain. And maybe you have heard the sentence, the mountain is you. This is actually a book where it speaks about the mountain, the limitations we experience. It's all just our, you know, our limitations. And if you see it like that, like the tree wants to grow the roots, and we have it like that often, that the tree is there and there's a stone. And I even had a relaxation session earlier where I put the people in, you know, in with autogenic training in the deep state, like it's like self-hypnosis. So it's induced hypnosis. And then you give a story to, you know, just like a meditation actually. But it really starts with tuning, getting the body into this deep meditative state in theta waves. And then it was like, okay, so if you are a seed, right, and you stretch out your roots, and then I confronted them with a stone in front of their roots, and then, you know, you would work through this meditation to ask, like, what would you do with a stone? You know, would the plant stop growing just because there's a stone? Or would it just push through it? Have you seen how plants go through concrete and then they are just there and they are blossoming as if there is nothing, and they just break the concrete open? And that's kind of the message I'm getting with that, because, you know, this is kind of your ancestral tree, and it's like it was all blocked, but it's already there. It's rich, but it was blocked. But here I can see clearly the sun is up, and you are trespassing. And this goes with the deep rest here. See, it's underneath, kind of. It's as if there's a path through the mountain and they are leading you. Isn't that interesting? Ooh. So and it's in your ancestors' realm here, right? So your ancestors are leading you through a secret passage here in this cave. And we are again on this side, and it kind of makes sense for me that this is the message, right? This is the message. So let us ask Archangel Michael. And you know, it says here, you have but to ask. I love that. Okay, so this is my Archangel Michael card and my pendulum. I will show you a yes. This should be like this. All right, let me adjust. And with this deep breath, what that just makes with my body, it kind of raises the frequency in the body. It's like I raised it. Can you hear it? I raised the frequency. So a yes, please. Can we see a yes? A yes, a yes, a yes, a yes, 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 yes. It goes the right direction. Okay, thank you. Thank you very much. Can you show us a no? Can you show us a no? Okay, clear. Thanks. Now, any question? Any burning question, I want to say. Any burning question that my collective would have in their mind right now. So, what is the answer to the question my collective has in their mind right now? What is the answer? The answer is a yes. Can you see that? It's a clear yes. So that's great to know. So whatever you wanted to know, it's a yes. It's a yes. I'm hearing it's a yes, go for it. It's a yes. It's a yes, you're on the right path. It's a yes, go for it. And it's just a yes. And it's also a yes, the door is open. Or the doors will be open at the very right moment. So it's like, yes, it's yes. It's a yes. Thank you, Michael. I love that. So that's very, very, very nice to end. And I don't know why I put it away so quickly, but maybe I wanted to kind of end with this co-creation. And this wants to come through. So we are co-creating. Okay? You are co-creating with your ancestors. I'm hearing. That's nice. So your ancestors really, they are helping you build the structure. Okay? It's about the structure. The 4-4 energy, the 8, the justice. Okay? Good. And this reading is long enough, they are saying. And so we will end it here. And so this part, this is just, you know, for another collective to read. Oh, they are saying, wait, we didn't have put out a charm, like for your good luck. They want to have a charm, maybe even 3. Huh. Maybe we put the rose right there in the garden. Yay, they say. Sun is shining on the garden. Roses will be blooming. Okay. So, I'm clear sentient very much. As I said, oh, I feel it, I feel it, I feel it. This one, right there. Come out. Okay. What is this? What are you? Wow, that's deep. It's a Scorpio. Crazy. Nope. I mistook that. It's an elephant. I don't know why I saw a Scorpio in a minute, but it was kind of, I had this, can you see that? I had this tail here, but it is obviously an elephant. And so this makes so much sense here with they are moving you through the obstacles. They are clearing the pathway. Wow, that's so in alignment. I'm thrilled. But the Scorpio, of course, you know, wanted to be mentioned. Oh, you know, in my charms box, I do have, as you can see, a chunk of tourmaline to create a shield against. Wow. So you are protected. So they are clearing the path. You are totally protected. And you know, we have different crystals with different protective energies, and tourmaline, that's that thing that creates like an outer shell where it, like a doorman actually, where it doesn't allow anything in your field. So it's this kind of protection which really gives you space for only yourself. It's again this bubble energy. Wow, that's deep. And see how we again landed here. So this reading is only about that. Totally get that. And now I'm so curious. So curious. This is a big thing. What is that? Oh my God, that's beautiful. This is also not really a charm, but oh God, it makes so much sense. I put that in there because it's like one of those earrings that old ladies wear, you know, it's with this clip, which only looks good when you have kind of, I don't know, those big chunky things only look good on kind of these old ladies, I fear, right? And it is with 3 dolphins. This may say a lot, right? And it's of course 3 of Cups energy, and it's with this red violet. Let me see, is it more red violet or more violet? So it's in between the red and the violet. It's, yeah, it's kind of earth and heaven all at once, kind of. It's merging. And yeah, and that's that. What did I just said? Earth and heaven merging? So that's that. I mean, that's big, right? So that's what they are doing. And we had that energy from the very start, right? We can put that here because that's what they are building. And remember when we had kind of these gray energy where I said this is linked, this card there, and this too. So the structure you are building for the new life, this is interesting. This is like the steel in the building. It's like the bones of the building, right? And the bones, ancestral. This is ancestral wisdom, this is ancestral substance, this is ancestral truth, and this is what you are co-creating with your ancestors. This is your foundation. And in that structure then, you can move in, kind of, when the structure is, when the gates are built, kind of, they are building the gates. And when the gates are there, because they are here also, and when the gates are built, then the garden, the summer is there, right? And you call it in with adjusting, right? And what we all said before, you know that. So that was a beautiful session. I love that so much. And I love you, collective. This is, I guess, my first reading on the channel. So lucky to be here, happy to be here, full of joy to be here, super excited, super grateful, super like, I don't know, I feel just like this kid over there. And like, I feel it, like I feel this energy. It's whoa, big, great, amazing. And so, yeah, let's kind of keep this energy and save it in the air, right? And yeah, bye bye. See you next time.